and gentlemen, boys and girls. How I got my camera fixed, I do not know. I updated my drivers for NVIDIA a couple days ago, and now all of a sudden my camera on my laptop works. So, cool beans. Anyways, so we're on the Siegfried line. I think that's this map, right? Yep. And we are in the Super Conqueror. One of my more favorite tier 10s is a go-to tank for a lot of clans for clan wars. It's got a hella good frontal armor. It's got that heat shield slash HE. It'll still do damage if you get it with an HE shield HE shell because it splashes. And in the post-game stats, I kept calling this a Super Pershing. I mean, multiple times. I meant Super Conqueror, so I do apologize. So, in the post-game stats, when you hear me saying Super Pershing, Super Pershing, Super Pershing like about 10 times, I mean Super Conqueror, of course. Anyways, yeah, this is one of the go-to tanks a lot of clans use because it is such a good tank. Very fast firing, very good frontal armor, spaced front upper plate. Matter of fact, pause it real quick. So if you get hauled down, even if they hit you in that upper plate, you can see how thick it is first off, and it's spaced armor because they got to go through this, then they have to go through the plate underneath these, which yeah, good luck doing that. Unfortunately, the front lower plate is not spaced armor, so like you get up like that to try shooting over a ridge or something, you know, they can put them right through that front lower plate, simple Simon. And then you got your shield around your frontal part of your turret, and it goes around almost completely to the sides, but for some reason, and you'll hear me talk about it in post-game stats too, it seems like this plate right here I seem to get penned through that, even if they're using heat, because heat is supposed to penetrate, or not penetrate through spaced armor. It hits the spaced armor, blows up on the outside, does not go through the spaced area here, and basically it's done. Now, gotta brush my hair, it's getting in my eyes. Now, if you get hit with an HE shell, unfortunately, there's splash damage that can occur in that. They can smack you like a Type 5 Heavy, can hit you right on this, and it's not going to do as much damage, but it's still probably going to do about 300, 250, 300, because it splashes on your upper deck, your turret, your gun. So yeah, it can still do some pretty horrendous damage because it's a Type 5 Heavy, one of the most broken tanks in the game. Don't get me wrong, I like the Type 5 Heavy. It's always fun to hop in that rascal and just go poke people in the eye if you're having a bad day. Here in a second you'll see a Yagzella just kind of leisurely drive right in front of me, and the E100 just sitting behind me. Why he would ever do that in a million frickin' years, I do not know. I mean, that thing has got awesome frontal armor. I was able to clip one into his side there above his track, but no. My first round was a premium APCR. I like to shoot just standard rounds if possible, and this has got pretty good penetration for a standard round. It's like 250, 259. One of the more higher penetrating guns in the game. Pretty easy to penetrate most any tank. So let's see where the Death Star hit me here. Oh, I don't have... Oh, no, I do have my mods on here. Where did he hit me? Blew my tracks off, so... Of course... Very strange. Usually when I get hit with HE, I can see really easily where they hit me. And I am not seeing anywhere that he hit me with that round. Very, very interesting. Let me come around the corner here. Let me check one more time. I wanted to see where he penetrated me. God darn it all. Well, dog nagget, if that's a word. I do not see where he penetrated me with his Hesh round. But he did do 1,070, so that kind of hurt really bad because there goes a good chunk. A little over a quarter of my health is now gone from the Death Star that doesn't have to aim. It just points and click at that range, and it's going to do damage. He might have actually not even hit me. He could actually hit that wall right there, and that's close enough to do a good chunk of damage. So maybe that's why it's not showing where he hit me, because I should be able to see a yellow or a red, like you see that right there on the bat chat. Or no, what is that? Oh, that might just be the sun. Yeah, it is. He's still full health. I'll try and show you what it's supposed to look like here. So he might have actually just shot the wall next to me. And E100, right about there, if you shoot, you do that. Catch him on fire. Make sure you have an AP or an APCR round because you can set them on fire. But if you have a heat round, that's spaced armor, and it will just hit that spaced armor and do nothing to them. And, of course, E100s are all shooting heat. Let's see if he shot me. He hit me with, yeah, see the big purple mark right there? That is what it looks like when a heat round hits you. And it bounced, didn't penetrate because that's a spaced armor plate right in there. You can see it goes all the way down the side there. And if he would have an AP round, would have went through me easy cheesy, but everyone in E100s like to sling heat because they feel that it just it doesn't have enough penetration. Now it's up to like 247. That's actually plenty to go through almost any tank in the game with standard rounds, but I think people are so used to just slinging heat rounds, they haven't changed. That's just, they've stuck to it. And I'll do the same thing. I'm just as guilty. Every once in a while, I'll start a match out and I'll load heat shells, and you just get so used to shooting nothing but heat, you just completely forget to, reload just standard rounds. And you can see that E100 had been hit by a heat shell. That's what that big purple mark was on his turret. So the E100 and I are pushing up through here. We got a tank destroyer, the 268 version 4, and a medium, a couple tank destroyers over here. We got a good line of tanks right here, pushing and pushing hard. We got a light tank coming around and flanking this area, and he's going to be lighting up anything in this area, as long as he doesn't get taken out by the Yagzella. And I saw the Object 261 down there, and I kind of started drooling. If there's ever a chance I can take out arty, I love to take out artillery. I was able to put that round just in front of the E100. I don't like doing that, but I wanted to make sure I got a shot into him before he was able to back out of there, and it ended up knocking him out for 356 more damage. Plus, when we knocked his track off, they got a total of 1,552 damage to him. And there's that STRV. I wondered where he was sitting when I got hit. I kind of ignore him because I know artillery's over here. There's a Yagzella over here. And I think there was something else. I aimed at him for a second, and I'm like, screw it, I'm going for these guys. Hit Yagzella in the side, and bounce, of course. I'm loading a hash round. We were able to take him out, but unfortunately the Yagzella gets loaded, and now comes the T100 LT. Kind of a day late and a dollar short. When I was coming down, down the hill, and the Yagzella was pointing at me, the T100 LT should have already been, on him, Johnny, on the spot, and more than likely he might, I don't know, he might have still taken a shot at me, but I don't know. Most of the time when somebody's trying to, basically butt rape you, pretty much we're more worried about getting knocked out. So he might have been, trying to shake that T100 LT and not shooting at me. But like I said, you just never know. Looks like our T100 LT just took some damage from our artillery. Because that round came from probably back in here somewhere. You saw it flying right here, and he hit the T100 LT for about 100 and some hit points of damage. But all they got left is artillery there. And yeah, we pretty much decimated. It was a pretty even match. I gotta say, it was pretty even. We did have one more Super Unicom than they did, but actually, I think we had maybe one more than they did too. Anyway, alrighty, sorry about that. We kind of got cut off there, so I just went back to the end of it here. But anyways, yeah. So we romple stomped these guys. It was a pretty even match. Like I said, we had one more Super Unicom than they did, and we had one more Unicom. But all in all, I think they had more pretty kind of average players than we did. So ends up kind of working out for the most. So anyways, yeah, if you guys want to hold on for a minute, I'll have some post-game stats for you. So I will be right back. Alrighty, so here's the results of that match. We shot one premium and the rest standard. And let's see, we penned the 113 twice for 768, finished him off, knocked out his track, and we spotted him, and he got nailed for 1,532 damage upon us, destroying his track. E100, we hit him twice for 824, and knocked off his track and bounced one of his rounds. The other E100, we hit him for 821 in one shot because we lit him on fire. I kind of know where the engine area and fuel tanks are on that, and we knocked out his fuel tank, caught him on fire. 183, I got plugged by him, which really sucked. But we did spot him. He got hit for 212. We originally spotted him. Yagzilla, hit him for 448. The other Yagzilla, we hit him twice for 889. Object 261, we hit him once, finished him off for 510. I used a Hesh round, and we knocked out his gun commander and his driver. We did second most damage at 4,260, got 2 kills, base experience of 893, which I was going to say I thought it was the most. I'm real aggressive in this thing. It's a great tank. We had 12 shots, 12 hit, 9 pen. Like I said, we did 4260 in damage. We got hit 5 times, 4 pen, 1 bounced, or 1 didn't penetrate. Got hit for some splash damage by artillery there. Damage blocked by armor was 750. Spotted 2, damage 6, destroyed 2, damage with our assistance was 1744. We ended up making 17,909 credits and 9 bonds. Basically, we made pretty good credits because we only shot 1 premium. I like to still shoot the first premium. Our first round is my premium, and then follow up with, you know, as much standard as I can. So, 2,680 experience. That was a 3rd class and a fire for effect and a bruiser. The reason I like the Super Conqueror and the Conqueror so much is because of this basically heat / HE shield. It's more of a heat shield. HE can still hit it, detonate, and it'll still splash into your turret, underneath your turret, into the hull and stuff, and still do damage. Whereas a heat shell, if that hits that the shield there, it just explodes on the outside, does nothing. Now I have found out if you get hit in this area right here, it seems like it can still pen you even with heat rounds. I don't know why, but it just seems to do that. Super Conqueror is a great tank. We use it in Clan Wars a lot. We use it in Advances a lot due to the fact that it's got great penetration for the gun. Standard pen is 259 and premium is 326, and you get APCR for your premium, which is also great. Also, you get 120 penetrating millimeter of penetration on Hesh rounds for your instead of HE rounds, you get Hesh rounds, which are really nice. What else here? It's got fast firing, average damage per... Well, we'll go over ours on the damage per minute and all that stuff. We'll actually do a kind of a review on this. I've never done one, I don't believe. Let's see. So rate of fire is 8.35, so my reload is 7.18 seconds. And a tier 10 average damage is, what is it, 390? 400. So yeah, you can put a hurt on them pretty bad. I mean, you saw that match there. I mean, I was tearing into them. I was getting 2 and 3 rounds into them before they got, you know, reloaded and tried to shoot me a second time. Turret traverse is 34.89. It's just at that almost really good 40, you know, it's close to 40 there. So 34.89 isn't bad, but the hull on this makes up... Oh, wait, no, the hull on this is actually kind of slow at 28.35. Yeah. So you can get circle strafed with this, so you got to be careful if you see a light tank. You know, if you see one coming at you, just back into a hill, rock, building, something so they can't strafe around you. Great gun depression, negative 10 plus 15. Aim time is awesome at 1.83. Dispersion is 0.3. Average damage per minute is 3,342. Gotta keep shutting that, turning them off. You get 2,400 hit points. Armor on this, like I said, is real great. 152 on the hull in the front and 279 on the turret. Now, the front basically has spaced armor like your Super Pershing. You got see those plates right there, that's all spaced armor. So if you get hit with a heat shell in the upper plate, it's not going to pen. It'll just hit that, explode on the outside, and it won't pen through the second layer of armor. Now, if they hit you in the lower plate, different story. That's not, it's not spaced armor down there, so it'll go right through. If they hit you in the front on the turret, unless they're really good and they can squeeze a shot in there, which that's still really thick frontal armor, more than likely it's going to hit anywhere in the front on here and just basically do no damage. It'll just bounce. Keep sending those to me. On the side on the hull you get 101, and on the turret you get 88. So you can side scrape awesome with this. And it's kind of, it's not rear mounted, it's kind of right in the middle, so it's really good on side scraping. You can do a really, really good side scraping with this thing. In the hull, in the back you get 38, in the turret you get 69. Really sharp looking, I love it. 77.8 ton tank, you get a 950 horsepower engine, specific power to weight is 12.21, so not the fastest tank in the world. It's not bad, but again, it is a heavy, so you're not going to have top, you're not going to be doing 60 around the map there. Top speed is 34.3 in forward, and it's a little bit slow, negative 12 in reverse. Again, like I said, specific power to weight's not that good, and once you get up to your top speed, you can maintain it on a flat and a surface, but you hit any kind of incline, it is going to slow you down. But anyways, yeah, so this is kind of the results of that match that we just had. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the match. Hope you learned a little bit about the Super Pershing. It's a great tank. If you can get your hands on it, get it. Like I said, our clan, and you see it if you're running Clan Wars, your Super Pershings, your Type 5s. Oh, I didn't realize that that camera was on. Pretty neat. I didn't. I'll have to try and figure out how I got it to turn on. I didn't know it was on. Peekaboo, it's me. But your Type 5 heavies, your Object 268 version 4s, Super Pershings, those are your basically your tanks that are your go-to tanks for Clan Wars. Your 430Us, still see a lot of IS-7s. I'm kind of surprised you don't see many of the Object 705As. It's actually a really good tank. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.